Hey, Pascal. Obviously not the end to the season that you guys wanted, but like it's been just like a very strange, bizarre, very, very long season for you guys. Can you just kind of reflect on everything that's kind of happened?
I mean, I think it's tough. I think we hang in there, we hung in there, trying to find ways and at the end of the day, like I've obviously like I have to be better. Definitely a low moment for me, just learning experience, and just knowing that you gotta be ready. And you know, I wasn't able to really help my teammates and stuff. So yeah, I take a lot of the blame, man. I take a lot of the blame. Just continue to work. Like it's a learning experience for me. Continue to learn. Get back to the drawing boards and come back better. And that's something that I've always been able to do as a player. So I got to just go back and figure it out. I think we had great chances. We hung in there trying to find ways to win the games that we played. Obviously, I felt like I didn't really give what was expected from me. And yeah, I definitely take a lot of that blame. And but I think as a team, we played well and we fought. Like that's something that we did. We always did it, all season. Um, Even when things weren't going well, we always fought until the end. And I'm proud of those guys. And I think everyone gave everything that they had. Um, and like I said, obviously, like I got to be better.
You mentioned that you kind of take the blame for this loss. Did that have to do with like more pressure, perhaps, like this season? I know you've been in postseasons past, but this postseason any different?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think obviously it wasn't like a normal season. Just having like the break and all that. At the end of the day, there's no excuses. We all pros, and you have to be ready. And I just I don't think it was anything pressure wise. I just feel like I wasn't at my best, and and one of my best, I'm at my best. This team is unbelievable. So they you got to be at your best at these times, and I felt like I wasn't.
Thanks a lot, Pascal, and then thanks for kind of putting up with us all season long.
Next, we'll go to Ryan Wallstedt from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Pascal. Obviously, off season, there's a lot of free agents on this team. How much have you thought about it all? About obviously it's a business and what's going to happen. Obviously, you've been with Fred your whole time, and you're very close with him. Have you thought at all about potentially, this might have been the last hurrah with this group?
I really haven't thought about it, but obviously just knowing, that, it's a business and everything that's happening, you can't really, there's like, there's no way to kind of plan in your head or try to figure it out. I think we just go with the flow and obviously those guys that we have, believable. The love that I have for those guys. I mean, obviously Freddie, one of my best friends, and all the guys, Mark, the Sir, great guys, great people that I've learned a lot from, and so yeah, like hopefully, we kind of have the same people, but at the end of the day, like I don't really have no control over that, and we always brothers at the end of the day, and obviously I love those guys.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to C-Rat from Yahoo Sports.
Hey, Pascal. How does it feel to feel responsible for this outcome?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like it's part of being in this league and being at the level that I'm supposed to be at. Obviously, it's a learning experience, and like I said, a lot of people go through these moments, and I just feel like it's about responding. What response are you going to get from it? How are you going to take it? Are you going to take it as a learning experience, or are you just going to feel sorry for yourself? Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. And I come from a background of just always working hard and fighting my way through everything that was thrown at me. And I just feel like this is another step. It's another step for me. Came in the league, wasn't supposed to be here, but I fought my way here, and I proved that I belong. And obviously, it's something that I have to continue to work on, continue to prove every single day. And like I said, it's another step for me. something that I'm gonna go back and obviously losing sucks. But it's an experience, and all the greats go through it, and you have to learn from it. If you want to be considered one of the best players, you have to be able to rise from these moments, and that's something that I plan to do.
Does it give you a little bit more confidence to think about your journey, where you came from?
I mean, like I said, obviously I come from like I said, I wasn't supposed to be here, and a lot of people didn't see me here, and I proved a lot of people wrong. Obviously, didn't play the way that I expected to play, but I always have those high expectations for myself. Like I don't really it doesn't really matter what other people think. To me, like I have these expectations for myself because I always saw myself as somebody that could be a really good player in this league, and I worked hard. I worked hard every single day. I worked hard every single day, and I put myself in these situations, and you have to continue to learn. Like you have to continue to learn, and like I said, that's something that I take my chin up, move forward, continue to work hard, go back and watch it, find ways to be better, and and learn from it. That's all I can do. And obviously, there's a lot more years in this league, and I feel like I can only go up from here.
Thanks, Pascal. Have a safe home.
Next, we'll go to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Pascal. Every time your name got mentioned or your struggles got mentioned on these Zoom calls, your teammates and your coaches came to your defense. What was it like behind the scenes, that support for you?
It's unbelievable, man. Those guys, they have my back, and from everyone in the organization, they always support me, and for me, like I said, it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey, and it's something that years down the line I'm gonna look at, and I'm just gonna be like, man, like look where you came, look how far you came, and look what you did, and so it's unbelievable to have that type of support. It just means a lot, and I really appreciate it for sure.
Got it. Thanks, Pascal.
Next, we'll go to Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star.
Pascal, this is such a tough end to what has been a really marvelous season for you. When you look back at the whole thing, the beginning and the end, what are you proud of, and what do you maybe regret about how it ended?
Obviously, you want to be able to, get there to the end. Like that was always the goal for us, and obviously disappointing. And for me personally, it's just I think I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot. I went through a lot, and like I said, it wasn't normal circumstances, and I tried to fight my way through it. I just didn't have it. I didn't play well. I didn't really help my teammates as much as I could have. But one thing that I did is I gave it all out there. I played hard. That's something I always want to do, and I have to live with the results. I have to live with the results, and that's something that, like I said, I've been talking about. It's just continue to learn, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be better from it.
When you look back at the pandemic and everything after, what was the most challenging part of it, the pandemic and the bubble for you?
I think for me, maybe the most challenging part was, that time where, I didn't really have somewhere to go to work out at, and I was stuck in Canada. I couldn't travel to the U.S. Because of visa issues. But at the end of the day, I did everything that I could. Being home, having all the stuff to stay in shape. But I obviously, I think I gave it all out there, and I live with the results. Like, man, I work so hard that, at the end of the day, I'm just going to always put it all out there, and whatever result come out of it, I have to take it. If it's good, everything is good, but if it's not good, let's just continue to learn.
Do you think not touching the ball as much as you wanted in the pandemic, is that what led to maybe this series and today in the playoffs?
I mean, I can't say. I think I was here. There's no excuse. And when you're out there on the floor, you have to perform at your highest. And obviously, I didn't do that most of the playoffs. So it's on me.
Thank you, Pascal. Safe travels home.
The last question in English will go to John Scott from TNT, who I think is there in person. Go ahead, John.
So much has happened since being here in the NBA bubble. So as the journey comes to an end, we're just asking players to give us their last words to recap the NBA bubble experience.
I mean, obviously, being safe, obviously, that's the first thing. And like being healthy. And I know a lot of people going through a lot right now, and just keeping them in our prayers, and the league did a fantastic job to have this thing working and having people play basketball and having people enjoy basketball. It's definitely one experience of a lifetime, and something that we never thought would happen. Amazing job by the NBA, and continue. Hopefully, this continue to work today.